Today, traumatizing children's cartoons. When we were growing up, watching all those different cartoons, we didn't realize a lot of the references that came through, particularly like the adult and or sexual references that they were making in those shits. But apparently, there were some things that were so overtly traumatizing that even little dumbass kids could figure out that the shit wasn't right, and that's what we're gonna be looking at today. Let's see if we recognize any of them, and then we can decide also if it would have traumatized our childhoods. Let's begin.
When growing up, one thing we as kids loved doing was watching TV. Getting up early to watch Saturday morning cartoons, or late at night to watch whatever was playing. These cartoons gave us dreams, expectations, and most of all, permanent memories. Though, some shows pushed the boundaries, causing us to remember the more disturbing side of said cartoon. Today, we will be talking about cartoon episodes that traumatized children.
Okay, I'm very interested to see like
Hey
what
guys, welcome back to another
examples
video.
we've got.
Before this one
Also, what the fuck was that?
Hey guys.
Is this like, this might have been an editing mistake. Okay, this might have been a real editing mistake.
Guys, welcome
because
back to another video.
look at that
Before
shit
this one
tripping.
actually starts, I want to let you guys know that today, the day that you are watching
Maybe it
this,
wasn't.
at 5 p.m. PST, we will be doing a live Q&A.
That is fascinating. I will not be participating in any of that. Where's the cartoons at? I'm sorry, I just don't give a flying fuck about the Discord or the video that we're watching or whatever the hell the Q&A is. I want to see the disturbing episodes. What is this?
Pingu's Dream. Pingu. Pingu was a Swiss-British stop-motion claymation children's show created by Otmar Gutmann in 1987. The main character is a penguin called Pingu who lives in the South Pole along with his family and friends. The show aired on BBC Children's and Education.
Okay, now this might stun a couple of y'all, but this is not a cartoon that I'm familiar with. Okay, this shit was airing back in 1933, okay, which was long before I came onto this planet. I know a couple of y'all typing, Stop! What the hell are you talking about, you old as hell? Oh yeah, you know what else is old as hell? My fist up your ass! Stop! I just don't know anything about the cartoon. Rant concluded.
Talking about Season 1, Episode 26. Pingu's Dream. The episode starts off as normal, nothing out of the ordinary. Pingu's mom is reading him a bedtime story, and
Pingu's mom kinda looking demonic. Also, maybe an early precursor to the Harry Potter series. Look at them damn glasses.
Begins to drift away to sleep. He wakes up to the sound of his igloo jumping, and before you know it, the igloo flies away. Then his bed extends its legs and it begins walking. The camera cuts to this creepy walrus watching Pingu in his bed go about their day. Not to mention that every time the walrus pops up, these synths are played, it just gives you some uneasy feeling. What's up with things involving walruses being creepy? Like, what the directors keep showing the audience how the walrus is just watching Pingu. Eventually,
oh, that bitch on Predator time. But if motherfucking Chris Hansen was around in 1933, he'd be doing an investigation on Mustache over there, cause this shit weirded me out. Why he watching little homie walking around? Nah.
Actually, the walrus makes his introduction. And you know how the directors made this already creepy character make his introduction to children? This is how.
Chris! We need Chris! But we need Chris Hansen out here because this shit would literally stop my heart. These are legitimately traumatizing. I mean, look at that shit. Bruh.
It's clear to see that the walrus is supposed to have this like goofy personality that finds everything funny and just wants to play.
The goofy personality and just wants to play. Yeah, I don't think so. That bitch a predator.
Messed up by making him almost human-like. The walrus begins messing with Pingu and eats his bed, all while non-stop laughing. Pingu and his bed begin running away, and Pingu ends up falling down a hill of
How that bed running away? That bitch got eaten.
All while
Look, is that not the bed getting bitten in half right there?
non-stop laughing. Pingu and his
How
bed
that bitch mobile 3 seconds later? This shit got me stunned.
begin running away, and Pingu ends up
Damn, that bitch got some big ass feet too. Look at Pingu bitch ass. Look at those feet. Look at the ratio. It's like half his body size.
falling down a hill of snow. It was actually a pretty cool transition because the next camera zooms out and you can see that he's in his room again. The episode ends with Pingu crying and his mother consulting him. Yes. That's how this episode ends. Not only is this the ending to the episode, but this was actually the season finale. This episode was highly controversial and was eventually banned from television due to the giant walrus being too scary and unsettling for many young viewers.
Banned from television. Honestly, Probably for the best.
The creator Otmar Gutmann actually used the same walrus model in a German short film he made years prior. This caught me off guard because the voice he used for the walrus is so unexpected. Here, I'll just play the clip.
Dass wir unsere Kundschaft ernst nehmen, das zeigt sich durch Produktraumgestaltung der Kommunikationsräume. Schauen Sie sich mal um.
Yeah, let's move on. Let's move on.
I feel like I just had a voodoo spell cast on me, bitch. Like, I'm for serious. I feel like my life might be in danger after listening to that bitch saying whatever he was saying with his face looking that way. That walrus ain't right. What's next? Okay. So the thing that's not traumatizing about that is the fact that that bitch from 1933, okay, which means probably none of us ever saw something like that, which is good. These ones might be a little bit more modern, so we might remember some of them. Let's see.
Blue Cat Blues, Tom and Jerry. Tom and Jerry need no introduction. I'm 100% sure everyone watching this video knows.
Also, why the fuck is Danny DeVito in the background? And why you got Converse? Bro, Converse are trash! Dom, that is what those shoes are, right? I might be triple lipping. How many people I just made mad? Good. Tell me about it in the comments. Keep it moving.
Blue Cat Blues is about Tom's love for a female cat which doesn't love him back. The video begins with a quote by Jerry's narrator while watching Tom sit on the train tracks patiently waiting for the train to come by. The quote is, "Poor Tom, in a few minutes it'll all be over." And for the first time since he met her,
Wait, hold up. Like he about to get hit by the train? That dark as fuck.
he'll be happy. Poor, miserable, lovesick creature. I suppose people will say I should have helped him. I know. But it's better this way. Talk about a kid's show getting dark. Throughout the episode,
Holy
we see
shit.
just how
Damn. Okay, Tom, I see what you want about, or Jerry, or whoever the fuck.
much Tom is in love with this cat, and how
Tom.
he is overthrown by another cat by the name of Mr. Butch. The cat with more money, more gifts, a better car. Tom resorts to drinking milk, which in this episode is a substitute for alcohol. Tom is seen sliding down a gutter until Jerry saves him. They get splashed
Wait, that motherfucker a milkaholic in a children's cartoon? This shit got me stunned.
by some water, and come to find out, it's Mr. Butch and the love of Tom's life riding away in his car with a just married son.
Damn,
After
not
this,
the just
same
married
thing happens
son.
to Jerry as his girlfriend is riding away with another mouse. Jerry brings himself down to the train tracks, sits next to Tom, and both patiently wait for the train to pass by. The episode ends with the haunting horn of a train.
Wait, it just ends like that? Bruh. That's dark as fuck.
This episode was banned by Cartoon Network and Boomerang due to its references to alcohol and... Also, I just want to clear up a common
Yeah, probably for the best. Okay, damn kids don't need to be seeing all that shit.
misconception, and that is that this is actually the finale to the series. It's not.
Bruh.
Man's best friend, Ren and Stimpy. Ren and
What the
Stimpy
hell is
ran
Ren
on
and
Nickelodeon
Stimpy?
from 1991 to 1996 and
Oh God, I recognize those demonic little fuckers. Now here's what I'll say. I've never seen like an actual episode of this cartoon, but what I have done is seen clips of this cartoon, and the clips are more than enough for me to know that this cartoon should have never existed. No characters should ever, listen to me, ever look like these two motherfuckers, especially that bitch on the right. I don't know what's going on here. That thing should have never been created. Okay, I'm for serious. Like, this should not be in any kind of children's, like, cinema ever. Disturbing right after the break. The characters alone have me stunned.
focused on a sociopathic chihuahua and a clueless cat. This show got away with so much shit, it's actually scary. Season 2, episode...
Okay, like the character models. The character models. I'm not even prepared for what we're about to see, I'm sure, because... Okay.
4 opens up with a man by the name...
Look at the models. Look at the models. Look at that demonic old man, Bo. Not only is he built like a goddamn grape, but he also got the eyeballs of a motherfucking scrotum. This shit got me stunned.
of George Liquor, adopting Ren and Stimpy at a pet store. Once he takes them home, he puts them through a bunch of rigorous tasks
Look at these characters, Bo. Dom.
to see if they can keep up with how he wants his ideal pets to act. In one scene, he forces Stimpy to get on his couch so that he can learn how to be quote-unquote disciplined and, well, just watch.
That's a good boy.
I have no idea how Nickelodeon let this show air in the
What
first place.
was that?
Eventually, George says that his pets need to learn how to attack. So he puts on this padded bite suit, and Stimpy is reluctant due to him being his owner. Ren, on the other hand, takes full advantage of this and
Okay,
is
now do you
beating
see that?
reluctant due to
Wait.
him being his owner. Ren,
Look at this. This right here alone, nightmare fuel. If my little 5-year-old ass be watching this shit on TV, I am having nightmares. What the fuck is that?
on the other hand, takes full advantage of this and begins beating the ever-living shit out of George with a paddle. So much so that George's head does a full 360 and right eyeball falls out of its socket. Ren continues on his rampage and just doesn't stop beating this man to a pulp. It even shows George with X's for eyes, and we all know what that means, though he actually didn't die.
It means you're fucking dead.
It's still quite disturbing to add that little detail. But the disturbing parts of this episode don't end there. George climbs out of his suit, breathes like a maniac, and congratulates Ren on being a true champion. The episode ends with all three characters dancing. Yeah. Now, this episode actually never ended up airing on Nickelodeon. It was banned once they saw what it actually contained. But this episode was moved to Ren and Stimpy Adult Party cartoon. And that show was basically a revival of the original, except with very sexual. It was just a very sexual show. I mean, if the creator went from making a kids show and turning that kids show into a sexual, I mean, I guess we could see where his mind was. Anyway, we could.
You know he's a demented weird fucker. That's what he was trying to say. I appreciate people that come out here and try and sugarcoat the truth. No, incorrect. Whoever made that show, and I'm saying this allegedly. Actually, I'm not even going to say it at all. Take it for what I'm saying. Read between the lines, motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying. Bitch a creep. Bitch a creep. Bitch a creep. I don't even know who it is. And listen, don't sue me. All allegedly. I didn't even make any allegations, but all the same, allegedly. Don't sue me, you fuck. All I'm saying, you weird as hell.
You could tell that this creator was trying to go with this dark humor, but it just ended up being super creepy for kids, and it was not the right move.
You're damn right.
2, Cat Dog. Cat Dog ran for 7 years on Nickelodeon.
Now this, I think I've seen some episodes of, so now we're starting to get more into my territory. I have seen a couple episodes of Tom and Jerry, but never that particularly dark one. And like Tom and Jerry, I remember better than this show, but these character models, I do remember.
From 1998 to 2005. You may
yeah, okay, 98 to 2005. That would have been in my range.
Recognize Dog's voice since it's Tom Kenny, SpongeBob's voice actor. Teeth for 2 is actually a fun concept for an episode where whenever one of them does something, the other one feels it. Except it revolves around teeth. Look, I hate the dentist already. Yes, I do go, but just the fact that there's drills in your mouth. Pause. Nah, bro. I just hate everything about the dentist so much. Anyway, the dentist tells them that the food they eat affects the other's teeth, resulting in Cat's teeth to become brown and withered. Cat tries to convince Dog to start eating healthy, but then turns into a battle seeing who can do more damage to the other's teeth. Cat chews on ice, and Dog chews on foil. Later that night, Dog is
chewing on foil. Bitch, come on now.
Asleep, and Cat attempts to brush his teeth. He is unable to do so because of all the food in his mouth. So what's the next best option?
That bitch eating and sleeping? That sounds like a recipe for death.
That's right. Traveling inside of their own body to come out as an inside-out cat out of Dog's mouth.
What? For the love of God, what is this?
Dog screams of horror and swallows Cat back down to where he's supposed to be. Skipping to the end, they get their teeth fixed, but end up getting food allergies from all the junk they ate throughout the entire episode. Never thought I'd see an inside-out cat trying to brush a dog's teeth.
Yeah, that was actually
Knuckles
relatively
and his
disturbing.
hilarious problem. The Misadventures of Flapjack. The Misadventures of Flapjack was
I don't think I know this show. I gotta see it.
Another show that got away with so much disturbing shit. Personally, as a kid, I loved it just because it was so gross and I thought that was so funny back in the day. I remember pausing it at those funny
yeah, okay.
still frames of like really detailed zoomed in pictures of the characters' faces. Anyway, season 2, episode 4 is Knuckles.
I don't know this show. I've never seen an episode, but it's like a similar, like, I've definitely seen these characters before, but like out of context.
Problem. This episode is about addiction. More specifically, Knuckles' addiction to candy, which has the effects of alcohol. From feeling warm and happy, angry at the world, to depression. The next morning, after Knuckles ingests a bunch of candy, Flapjack realizes that Knuckles has become addicted to the candy. So much so that he hallucinates, sees Flapjack as a lollipop, and tries eating him. Next, Knuckles begins manipulating Flapjack and tells him that he's just fine and he can trust him. Though this only leads to 2 candy rampages where he steals from homes, babies, and a gumball machine. Then we go to this depressing scene showing just how this candy addiction has left Knuckles. Getting kicked out of the candy trough, being used as a doormat, and taking any bit of candy he can get, even if it's from a stranger.
Damn, they stay comparing like liquor as a grown motherfucker to like just some innocent thing in childhood. Like candy or whatever the other fucking one was here earlier. Or milk. It was fucking milk. Sorry, milk and candy are not liquor, but they be slipping it into these damn children's shows. I don't like that. Anyway.
Bubby decides to send Knuckles off to isolation on a piece of the boardwalk into the sea. Here, Knuckles begins hallucinating and imagines a giant flapjack putting his arms inside of his mouth and vomiting candy into it.
What the?
Very dark episode if you think about it, especially seeing just how bad the effects of candy have left Knuckles. I really like the episode though. It really makes you aware of just how bad alcohol or any addiction can be.
Yeah, I don't like that. Yeah. Not in the kids show, bro. Not in the kids show. I mean, that one wasn't like as disturbing, but like, if I'm like 12, I don't need to be seeing all that.
Batman Beyond. Batman Beyond released in 1999 and aired on Cartoon Network and WB Kids. Today we're going to be talking about Season 1, Episode 15, aka Earth Mover. We start with this teenage girl by the name of Jackie hanging with her friends, one of which is Terry McGinnis, aka the Batman after the original Bruce Wayne Batman. She explains that she's been feeling like she was followed and watched by someone. Soon after that, Terry sees a mysterious figure outside through the window. A chase begins, but the figure isn't caught. The next day, Jackie's adopted father gives all three of them a ride, but first he says he wants to show them something. That being a piece of land he plans on buying and placing a factory on. An earthquake happens, and again, there was another fight scene. After this, Bill, her adopted father, explains that he thinks it might be Jackie's real father looking for him. He tells the story from many years ago, and while he was trying to dump toxic waste into an abandoned mine shaft, the wire pulling up the container got stuck on a piece of wood and resulted in the entire mine shaft collapsing in on itself. Jackie's father was at the bottom and ended up being crushed by the debris. Not only that, but was covered by the toxic.
So that bitch became a super villain. Okay, but not really disturbed just yet. Where's the traumatic?
Everyone assumed that he died instantly, and Bill felt so bad that he ended up adopting Jackie, who was only a kid at the time. Fast forward into the episode, and the Earth Mover has trapped both Jackie and Bill underground. During this scene, Jackie finds out what her father actually looks like, and, well...
Oh my god!
So like the text was saying, I can't show too much due to a copyright claim, but basically, Jackie is horrified seeing that this is her father. I mean, who wouldn't be? Look at the way they drew it. Yeah, that's basically the scene in a nutshell. I mean, even listen to that voice.
Damn!
It sounds like he's...
So the traumatizing thing is how they depicted this little girl's dad, and yeah, that is pretty yikes.
Willing to get his words out. He seems to think that Bill betrayed him and left him to die so that he didn't have to split the revenue with a partner. He also sees Bill adopting Jackie as her getting stolen from him. Imagine accidentally dying and then the friend that accidentally killed you adopts your daughter? Bro. Eventually, Batman swoops in and saves the day. The episode ends with this very dark quote.
My father. He's not your father. Not really. He's a ghost.
Now,
Dad.
wait, so Batman punched the goddamn root man to death? Is that what happened in the fight scene? We missed it because of a copyright strike, but I'm assuming that's what happened.
Mooch Master P, Mr. Meaty. Mr. Meaty aired from...
Oh my fucking god. Bro, like, who comes up with these children's cartoon ideas and thinks this shit looks anything but traumatic? Like,
from 2006 to 2009.
look at that. Just look at those motherfuckers.
And was canceled due to a mix of low ratings and criticism from adults and vegetarians who protested against the show. Honestly, the
Yeah, okay, well, the vegetarian thing don't got me bamboozled. These character models got me stunned, though.
show was very lucky it even lasted 3 years, considering how ugly all of the characters were. The show followed fast food workers
they're
Josh
so
and Parker
bad.
through their odd adventures. Season 1, Episode 6 begins with Parker quote-unquote mooching off of everyone and eating their food. Josh gets annoyed and tricks him into eating a raw patty. Then weird things start happening, like all of the food Parker is about to take a bite out of disappear. Josh records it with a camcorder and slows down the footage. Then we see that a giant tapeworm is living inside of Parker eating
Oh my fucking god. Hell no! Bro, this would traumatize you for life. Have y'all ever seen Monsters Inside Me? It's like that little TV show about like parasites and shit that's on maybe Discovery? I don't know. Whatever channel's on, doesn't matter. That shit's traumatizing, but this is like the cartoon version of it? And you saw that as a kid? Bro, no chance.
They decide to get rid of the tapeworm the only way they know how.
Bro, tapeworms are IRL scary as fuck. This is what's got me stunned.
Of Parker's stomach. They do end up getting it out, and an Australian man comes by and says he'll buy it for his zoo. Though he doesn't take it to the zoo. Instead, he swallows it whole in front of them.
We go. Come on in. That's the stuff.
And says she tickles on the way down. Wow. Okay.
What in the actual shit, Bo? These children's cartoons are not for children!
King Ramses' Curse / Remembrance of Courage Past. Courage the Cowardly Dog.
Okay, now this one has me excited. Hang on though, I got a tinkle! Wait! Alright, let's see what's poppin' with Courage.
This list would not be complete without mentioning Courage the Cowardly Dog. I could go on and on about all the creepy monsters that gave kids nightmares throughout the entirety of the series, but I want to mention the one that stuck with me the most, and that...
Now here's the thing about it. Courage is a creepy fucking show, but low-key, I kinda liked it. So this is, for me at least, the exception to the rule.
King Ramses' Curse. In this episode, Eustace does not want to return a historical slab because he hears on the news that it's worth $1 million. A person from the museum it belongs to comes over to take it back and offers Eustace a tote bag. Really, my guy? I'm pretty sure you could legally get it back for free. Then the door
That was actually a good point.
becomes nighttime. They hear a creak at the door and check outside. Then we get King Ramses, who just keeps repeating, "Return the slab or suffer my curse."
Return the slab. What? Return the slab or suffer my curse.
It's just such a creepy design, and also it's a 3D model in a 2D animated show. There's so many instances of just plain creepy stuff in this cartoon, but that's what gave it its charm. I feel like Courage the Cowardly Dog definitely let young kids know whether they like the horror genre. So, shout out to Courage the Cowardly Dog for that. I also want to talk about another episode.
Yeah, I do want to give King Ramses doesn't scare me, not a lick, bro. Not a fucking lick. Especially not compared to some of the other bullshit that we've been seeing out here. Bro, it's not even close. It's literally not even close. No, not scary.
Called
Not
Remembrance of
traumatizing.
Courage Past, which is actually the second to last episode of the entire series. This episode is about Courage's parents, which sadly got taken away from him at an early age due
Never
to an
seen this
evil
episode?
veterinarian. This veterinarian puts Courage's parents in a rocket ship, and Courage can't do anything because he's just a pup. While being chased, Courage hops into the garbage disposal and escapes. He watches as his parents are sent off to space and waves goodbye. We see how Courage is adopted by Muriel and why she decides to name him Courage. Meanwhile, in the present day, the same thing is about to happen to Muriel and Eustace, but luckily, Courage is able to save the day and send the veterinarian to space this time. In space, he finds himself with all the other dogs he has experimented on, including Courage's parents.
Oh, damn. Oh, and then they beat his ass. Yeah, see that? Not traumatizing.
Those two
not a
episodes
lick.
never left my mind. I think about those episodes to this day.
No, actually, really
Jurassic
not that scary.
Park, Futurama. This is a little bonus I'm throwing in.
Jurassic Bark? What
The
fuck?
reason I'm throwing this in as a bonus is because 1, Futurama wasn't really made for kids. It was a show for young adults. And 2, I don't think this episode traumatized anyone. It was just incredibly sad.
Okay, well, I'm not interested in the goddamn video then. I'm here to see some traumatic children shit, not a goddamn traumatic adult shit. Okay, so I'm out. Listen, that was the cartoons that traumatized children episode. This was not my planned reaction for today, but I saw it in my recommended, and so I gave that little bitch a click, and that's what the reaction was for today. I hope that y'all enjoyed, and make sure that y'all suggest us for other shit to watch down below. Love and appreciate y'all, and make sure, I already said suggest me some shit, didn't I? I don't know, goodbye!